All right.
Oh,
So, last time, uh, you all saved the winery from a bunch of blights and got accompanied a delivery of wine to Kresk, the walled city that is xenophobic, I suppose, to outsiders. Um, Having delivered the wine, they then let you in, um, seeing as you're at the very least friends of the city, town. Really, there's not that many people here. Um, it's like a town of like less than 200.
woo.
Um, yeah, pretty small. Oh hey, you're 78.
But
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I rolled really bad.
Get back to the session, buddy.
Shut the fuck up. That's the DM you're talking to.
I'm talking to you. To sit back.
Hang on, I have to roll for Strahd.
78.
It's a ritual. We gotta do it.
Okay.
Why you roll for Strahd? I don't like that.
We say that every fucking time. Every time.
You guys got into Kresk. The two Markov brothers went throughout the town to deliver the wine. And the uh, the Kreskovs welcomed you in. You all ate dinner with them and their very, very hungry son, whose name is Ilya. And then you have Dimitri and what's the wife's name? I don't remember. It's like Sarah or some plain name like that. But they, Anna. There you go. They had told you that, among other things, but concerning their son, that he had died, several weeks back, and the abbot had come down from the abbey and brought him back to life. Not but a few days before. After a delicious hearty meal, you all head up to your various rooms. There is Randall to one room, Nine and Isaac to another, and everyone else in the third room. Some of you had dreams, some pleasant, some reoccurring nightmares. But when you awoke, Yazin was gone, and the window was open. You found small scratch marks on the outside of the window, and prints leading away from the house. And as you all rode through town looking for Yazin, you found him at the like pond at the north end of town. Having traced back from where Yazin came from, you found that Yazin had been eating a sheep, going for some of the internal organs, and through some invasive tests, you found that Yazin was vulnerable to silver, which clued you into that Yazin was cursed with lycanthropy. Fortunately, Elric had the means to remove curse, removing lycanthropy from Yazin. And I think that's where we left off.
Threw a dagger at Yazin.
You sure did. Bounced right off.
What?
The before I have one last question.
Uh-huh.
Or one question real quick. So the Abbey of Saint Andrew, or Saint Andrew, is dead and gone.
So
The
Saint
Abbey that-
Andrew is back in Vallaki. This is the Abbey of Saint Markovia.
Saint Markovia.
And I believe Dimitri, at least he would have told you, that Saint Markovia was one of the people who actively fought against Strahd back in the day. But she is also
Yes.
long dead.
But they were the one that resurrected the sun. I have like a
No,
weird confusion here.
so the abbot is not Saint Markovia.
Abbot. Okay.
They
Yes.
simply just call him the abbot. And
I do have that.
he came to Kresk a long time ago, before like Dimitri was even born.
Yes.
So the abbot has been here for an incredibly long time.
Okay, so Markovia fought Strahd, and the abbot is the person in their place, kind of.
The abbot's essentially in
In
charge of the
simple
abbey.
terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like
Who,
in my notes, I
whoever
could
they
never
are,
distinguish.
they're in charge of the abbey.
Okay. I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
make sure because I had a goal of talking to them, and at every way I read my notes and everything I could recall, it just didn't make sense. But okay, I'm good to go. I believe the last thing Elric did was storm out of the room after threatening Yasin, after curing them of their lycanthropy. And he's probably going to be standing outside.
Okay.
Probably like 15, 20 foot from the door in the middle of the street.
Everyone else is still in the room.
Am I still naked?
No, you have
I
your
think
fucking
your
robe back.
cloak is back,
Okay.
Yeah, you got it back.
Okay.
and
Good.
you're wearing pants of some like description.
Maybe.
Sure. Okay.
I was sleeping. Woken up. You know how I sleep.
Well, I told you to gear up
Covered
and
covered with
go-
bandages, like a mummy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm outside.
Isn't this your room, by the way?
It's mine, yours, and Irina's. And everyone was in the room during the time of the when the RP started to when it ended. Elric's the only one who's not there currently.
Irina just looks over to you and says, "How do you feel?"
Sick. So
Reminder.
not so good. Nine, can you leave, please?
Okay. I'm just gonna go back to my room.
Can I assume that Randall's also leaving as well?
He explodes into a pile of dust. I don't know. Sure, he's not there anymore.
Holy shit!
He'll be back.
A second time.
Don't worry about it. He'll be back. He's
From birthday party.
he's unkillable. That's the secret.
Confetti.
I guess
Just so you
you
know,
can
only
kill
roll
him.
that
He
just
just
to
always
remind you
come
of the name.
back. So, I don't know. Whatever you would call that. Anyway, yeah, he leaves. It's just you and Irina.
All right. I'm going to go back sitting where I originally was, which is like on the floor, like next to Irina's bed or something. And I'm gonna try and go back to sleep because it's what time is it? It's like
Early
or
morning.
something? Like
The
early.
the sky has grown lighter. You all have successfully completed a long rest, despite the activities, which I think you guys have already all taken. If you haven't, you can go and click the long rest button.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Alright. I'm gonna stay in the room for a little bit. And then after like 10-15 minutes I'm gonna head downstairs.
Okay.
Hey.
As you like
If you can,
go down for another nap, Irina goes out of the room and steps up to you and Alec. And she just looks up at you and says, "He's not a threat to you. If anything, he needs your protection more than I need it."
I know that you are going through a lot. I don't really know how old you are. I can guess mid to late 20s, early 30s maybe, but I've been alive for at least 50 years. And for the last 20 or so of them, it has been nothing but nightmares and blind searching. And then I stumble into this realm, unable to leave, and meet the only person I have ever found to even know of my hometown's name. Protection is fine. It's what I've done, it's what I always do, and will continue to do. But I think I'm warranted to be a little unreasonable, at least for a moment. I kept my word and I didn't harm them. And I'll keep that word until they give me a reason to break it. But so
Like
far, there's
her-
been no talk between us about it.
Her like hard look at you just like softens, and then she like looks at the floor and just like nods. And then looks up with you with like a much softer look. I don't know, and I didn't know where any of you came from. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you picked a random stranger to escort through this horrible countryside. I'm not the only one who needs all of you. From my perspective, it looks like all of you need each other too. It's okay to, in your words, be irrational sometimes.
After
She just puts a hand like on like your like chest armor and says, "Let others protect you too, okay?" I think I can smell breakfast. I'm gonna go downstairs. And she'll turn and head downstairs.
who else is with me?
You saw 9 leave, and he went into his room. Randall went back into his room. Isaac followed 9. So it was just you and Irina in the hallway, and then
Okay.
when Yazin's door is still there. Yazin's still in the room. So once Irina leaves, you are in the hallway by yourself.
I'm gonna pull out the holy symbol and in a softer voice, almost a whisper, if not. "20 years. More than that, but This better have been worth it. And he'll stuff it in his pocket and he'll go downstairs and go for breakfast with Irina.
Yazin 9. Yazin, you're staying in the room for a little bit. 9, are you doing anything else?
Go down for breakfast.
Okay. You all make it down. Few at a time. There are eggs and meat and all kinds of things served to you all. Ilya is just stuffing his face as usual. Dmitri
And there's
says,
nothing weird about it.
he
I'm
like
so stuck on
he's
that.
like 14. He has a like abnormally large appetite, but that's like he was raised from the dead like 3 days before you guys showed up, so
Yeah, and I already did a medicine check and stuff.
yeah.
And I hate it.
I mean,
I ate 3
it's
adults worth as
it
a
is certainly
14-year-old.
unusual, but considering the circumstances,
Yeah.
um, Dmitri like speaks with like a chuckle and says, "Ilya, make sure you take time to breathe. Hopefully, you found the rooms comfortable."
They
Turning
were.
to you all.
At least to myself. I can't speak for the others, but outside of a weird little dilemma, it was a nice bit of respite in these chaotic times.
Hey, I certainly hope so. What do you all plan on doing here in Kresk? I might ask. I know you all delivered the wine for us, which we're very much grateful for.
Probably gather information, if anything.
We all did have exclusive goals and ended up in a vast fog and found each other's company to be useful, and now we're off solving people's problems, it seems.
It's quite altruistic of you. I don't see that very often around here.
It's fairly common where we're from. It's a bit different. The sun shines, the moon shows, weather changes. It's nice. But-
Wait, where is this conversation taking place?
Around the breakfast
Dining.
table.
Oh. Okay.
We're your party.
Okay.
You're here.
During this conversation,
Bacon,
Welcome.
food.
I'll just make note that during this conversation, I'm just like sighing and like just shaking my head.
And what specifically here in Kresk? Is there anything? He kind of like motions to his wife Anna. Anything we might be able to help you with?
Medicine, probably. Books, library.
Refuge for at least one of us.
Well, if you're looking for healing and knowledge. The abbot would probably be one to talk to. They've been here for as long as I can remember. Certainly before my time. I've had... Well, we've all had our differences, but he has done us a great service. It'd be worth going and seeing if you're looking for minor healing. The pool at the north end of town has some healing properties to it. You know? It never freezes, and it provides us with all the fresh water we could need. It was at one time actually blessed by Saint Markovia herself.
Really?
Certainly.
Is it similar to the place in Valaki?
I'm unsure of what you mean.
The Markovia is here. Oh shoot, the name is eluding me out of character. Shit.
St. Andrews.
Yes, Andrews. The place of St. Andrews also seemed to be a person in line with y'all's abbot.
I don't recall the exact story of Saint Andrew, but Saint Markovia is named after a priest of the Morning Lord who, took a stand against the Devil's Strahd. And, well, after a fierce uprising, Markovia and most of her loyal followers stormed the castle, but unfortunately when you step into the Devil's Lair, things don't end too well.
Devils are full of tricks, schemes, and plans. If you could write down the directions, and I'm sure it's fairly visible, but
To the Abbey.
I believe we could. Yes.
If you step out the door and look to the north, it's hard to miss. It's on top of the hill. Just follow the road north, and it'll start winding up the hill. Just be careful up there.
Is there something we should know about?
It's not a place many of us townfolk visit.
Is there a reason or a fear of Strahd?
No. The Abbey doesn't have the brightest history. It was once a hospital and a coven, but it, just like a lot of other things, found hard times when the mist arrived. Some of the clergy, they fell prey to Strahd, and some of the others went mad and either starved to death or turned to cannibalism. The abbot turned up, some say a century ago, far later after the mists. And well, he hasn't aged a day. Occasionally there's unsettling noises that come from the Abbey. So, just be careful.
Tripled his fur. We'll keep that in mind. And you all, now's the best time to ask questions about your goals, if any. Mine lies at the Abbey. Abbot, Abbey, whichever.
How does the food taste? Out of
Oh, the
Sidebar.
food's good. Yeah, it's like a like a cut of lamb or something like that. An egg and some like potato or something like that.
I mentioned we're seeking refuge for one. It's this one, and he'll do a hand gesture towards Irina. And while her protection seems to be in mind of anyone who wants to solve this problem, it's a dangerous task, and honestly, at this point, I don't know if anyone outside of us are capable of it. And even if someone is, excluding them, I don't know how long we will be capable of it if things continue in the direction they seem to be going.
Protection from what? The wolves and the things outside these walls?
I'll look at Irina to get a read on if she wants me to elaborate, or if she wants to elaborate, or...
Give me an insight check. After how, like, Dimitri described, like, the Abbey of St. Markovia, there's a, like, sense of, like, worry that she has. But she doesn't really give you an indication of, like, this is not a thing that you should talk about. These walls have protected us against the beasts of the woods and the forest folk and witches and all sorts of evils out there. There's a reason we keep the gates locked.
Humor me. Can the walls keep Strahd out?
I am not a fool to think that just because he has not visited does not mean he can't enter the town.
I believe we're
He-
less. Oh, go for it, Jordan, or Danny, whichever.
We're all subjects to his whims. If I could prevent him from entering this town, I could guarantee it, I would.
Do you tell him the truth?
Inside check.
Uh, Jordan, do you...
24.
God damn.
I mean, he's a reasonable man with a grip on reality, as opposed to like the last burgomaster you guys interacted with.
Yeah.
Like Strahd hasn't been here, but like he's under no illusions that like Strahd couldn't just like show up.
Cyborg question. Knight's gonna ask. Out of curiosity, is there anyone in this town that is knowledgeable in unconventional things?
Are you talking about magic?
In a sense, yeah.
Hmm.
More or less in the demonic aspect of it.
I don't think so. Do 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 do.
Hello.
There's no. There's a few craftspeople here in town. If you're looking for strange odds and ends, I recommend visiting.
Thinking more of. I'm thinking more of like deciphering demonic, a demonic language.
Not that I know of. Again, your best bet would probably be the abbot.
And where's he at again?
Up north, up the mountain, follow the main road.
Up at the abbey.
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna tap on Isaac's shoulder and get up and say, "All right, come on," and then I'm leaving.
Isaac like pushes the chair out and stands up and says, "Thank you for the meal," and pushes the chair up and follows Nine.
I'll quickly say, we appreciate your hospitality. Though our deeds have done good, it wasn't necessary of you. After we speak with the abbot, then we'll probably come to a decision on whether to see about leaving her under your protection.
If that is what is
But
required.
until then, Thank you. And I'll also stand up, push my chair in, and look at Irina and nod out towards the door.
Yep.
I'll finish the last pieces of my food and then follow everyone out.
Yeah. You all step
And then
outside.
I'll go and catch up with 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk up to 9 and my catch up. I assume he's walking fast, so a little slight jog. And when I reach him, I'll put my arm around his shoulder and get in close. Help me keep an eye on Yasin.
Why?
I can explain later. And we'll step off and take point.
I was kind of like under my breath in a way that
Yeah, it was definitely
you
a
probably
whisper.
could. No, like what I'm saying back. But in a way, it's kind of walking, like still walking, and kind of like pushing your shoulder off mine, just being like,
Don't act so friendly with me, you punk.
how do I word this? I was basically say, this is pitiful.
Ulrika will actively choose to ignore that and take point, walking at a quick pace. Keeping Irina within sight, obviously, like within 30 feet,
She
but
catches up
trying to take point.
and says, "I don't know what it is, but I don't have the best feeling about this place."
Neither do I.
That seems ominous. And like she like motions up ahead, and like you see like the abbey up on the hill, and in that moment the bell in the abbey goes off and tolls about 4 or 5 times.
Are there
And
people walking about?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Continue your
Um,
description. Sorry.
yeah, and so some of those people like stop and like look over the shoulder at the abbey, and then just like keep going, like along with their day. Give
Okay,
everyone.
I just wanted to see if people were like. Go ahead.
Everyone, give me a perception check.
Yeah.
I was mainly wanting to see if when the bell rang, if people were like going inside, if people were put on a face of like unease or unrest or whatever.
I feel uncomfortable with those bells.
What are you, Venom? The
Yeah,
ringing of the bells
you all
commands
rolled
you.
above a 15. Carried on the wind. Just barely audible. You start hearing like yelps and shouts, coming from like down the hill from the abbey. Like it is like a mix of like animal and like human voice, but it's just like kind of like exclamations, like mix of like cheering and just like general just like yelling and various animal noises. And it's like
Is it like
it's like barely carried on the wind. Like if you weren't like
is the animal? Oh, sorry.
if you weren't like focusing on like what is happening up there, you probably wouldn't really notice it from down here.
I know it's faint or soft, but does it seem like like the animal and the human noises are separate entities, or like a mixture, like combination?
From down here, it's like it's all happening at the same time, so it's hard to
Yeah.
really like separate
Along
them.
with like human cheers.
It's a general din of
Okay.
noise coming from the abbey for the next 2 to 5 minutes.
I'll slow my pace and let whoever get ahead and that wants to get ahead. Make my way to Irina, or let her catch up, match pace with, and I'll
speed up.
look at her and say, "Would you like to wait somewhere?
I don't know.
It may be safest with us, but it could also be more dangerous."
I'll stay with you all.
I'll hand her back the platinum ring that she gave me, and I'll say, hold on to this for a little bit. It's not quite useful today.
She'll just put it on.
Okay. And then I'll continue on my pace and try to make it back to the front of the pack.
Yeah, I assumed you all were together for. any of that.
Yeah, I just know I slowed pace. 9's been the same, and I almost said a
Actively at
dice.
quicker.
Diet.
Actively
I
at
almost said it.
pace.
But Yasin said they sped up whenever I slowed down.
Yeah,
I assume Yasin's avoiding Elric.
For the sake of narrative,
Okay.
you are all together.
Yeah, I know. But for the RP, my guy.
You are all together to make it easy. The switchback
No.
road
I'll kill them all
hugs
right
the
now.
cliff. It's about 10 feet wide, covered with loose gravel and chunks of broken rock. The ascent is slow and somewhat treacherous, and the air grows colder as you get closer and closer to the top. And doo-doo-doo.
How's the noise? I know the sounds only lasted for 2 to 5 minutes, so they're gone. But was it like an abrupt leaving?
It seemed to follow the noise from the bell. Ooh,
Mhm.
that is a very big Elric. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Elric's massive.
Make him huge.
No,
He's like
your
5'10" and
your token was covering a 5x5.
oh, enlarge spell plus
Large.
enlarge spell plus I don't know.
Yeah.
A gigantic creature.
Or more.
Arena, and
As long as I'm gigantic in my heart, it matches.
there you go.
Hot Cheeto time.
Cheeto.
You have like a French heart.
Okay.
I
Actually
love
more like
modules
9.
because they come with maps for so many buildings.
Where am I?
Bottom.
Somewhere. Okay.
Am I in
some
an
things-
Are we in an ocean? It looks like an ocean. I don't know why. I see the trail now, but it looks like an ocean.
It's a
Oh,
cliffside.
It's just dark.
Also, every one of these arrowed lines is 100 feet. So this is very steep.
Yeah, of elevation, right?
Yeah.
Don't fall. Got it.
Yep.
Don't get pushed.
But push Elric.
You can fucking try with your negative, 3 strength?
I do is trip you. Take no strength. Trip somebody.
Sure, buddy.
And yes,
Sure, buddy.
-3 strength.
I'm at a +4. That's insane.
You know what?
The difference is so wild.
Just for fun. Ah. Okay.
I like fun.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay.
Just for fun, you know. I know what's going on. Just for fun.
But nah, making way.
Okay.
If
Walking
it's
fast.
when we get within like 100 foot of the gate, 150, I'll cast light on my holy symbol, and I'm going to actually take it out of my pocket and string it around my neck.
I'm just casting light on my staff.
I think light is 20
let
and
it go.
20.
Yes.
Yes. You know, man of light.
Okay. So you were both exuding light. Yeah, you're free to move your tokens.
Oh shit, we can do that?
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
You've been dealing with a crying girlie the whole time.
Well, no, it's more of you have a mouse. And
Guess I have
cannot.
to bring Graves along these.
I guess.
All right, move.
Get out of me!
Oh my god, he's fucking huge.
The road to the village climbs above the mist to a wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small outbuildings, either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together by mortar. Blocking the road is an iron gate attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewing through the gate, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. The belfry protrudes from the rooftop closer to the north wing, which sports a chimney with billowing gray smoke.
Okay. I also see you're making use of the windows and stuff. I still need to learn how to do that.
Also, yeah, there was... yeah. So do you guys just, like, go through the gates? Because the gates are technically here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll open the gates. I realize at some point I should probably not be doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna take away the light cantrip and put it on like my weapon instead, and put my holy symbol back into my pocket.
Boop, boop.
I wish me clicking it did something, but that would be super fucking troll of the Roll20 system, though.
Huh? Oh, if it's closed, you
hey, I'm
can't.
clicking it. It's working.
If it's closed, you can't move through it. If it's open, you can.
I closed it.
Yeah, I will.
If I made a door, you could spam it, and it would change dynamic lighting.
I'll
As
start going
you
through.
push open, it squeaks loudly. And as you step through, on either side, and these guys will be up to here. Either side, you see, like, kind of stumbling out of the outer buildings. These two, to call them humans is a stretch. The first one, just north of you guys, stands about 4'9", and instead of standing upright, is kind of perpetually in like a squat. He looks like a beardless dwarf with patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body. He has one human ear and one wolf ear that is like perked up and continuously twitches around, listening for sounds. And protruding from his face is a wolf snout and teeth. His arms and hands are human, but his legs are that of like a large predator. He has a
Frankenstein's monster bullshit's going on.
he also has a donkey tail. The other one to the south is about 4'7", so a good bit shorter, or no, just 2 inches shorter, but shorter than all of you by a good bit. The left side of her face and body are covered with lizard scales, and on the right are tufts of gray wolf fur. Between these tufts is pale human skin. One of her eyes is that of a feline, and her fingers and hands resemble cat paws, but with opposable thumbs. She has a kind of a tattered gray cloak over her head, covering most of these kind of horrifying features. And speaks up and says, "Excuse me, who goes there?"
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Like steps up and like looks at all of you carefully. This one's just standing off to the side.
Holy symbols put back in my pocket or pouch, whichever. Lights on the weapon instead. Well, the name's Elric. And yours?
Siegfried.
Oh, you're gonna have to
God
spell that
damn.
one for me, my
Uh-huh.
guy.
Sounds like Ezekiel.
Zigfet.
My name is. Yeah, can you spell that?
He's working on it.
No, I mean like that was making it. Never mind.
That is not my spelling at all.
Siegfried. What is your business here at the Abbey?
We
Seeking
wish to
information.
see the abbot of Saint Markovia. For information on not just the lands, but
It just turns and just like waves you forward and starts leading you this way.
Elric's gonna stand still, look at the donkey dude, which is what I currently have him named as.
He's just observing.
In your name.
Just kind of like looks at you with like his like kind of wild-ish eyes.
Yeehaw.
Otto.
Elric will reach out a hand, like to shake hands. And you said Odo?
He like
We'll reach out to
named him.
shake his hand.
like steps up and like grabs your hand, like just the fingers, as if like you're like gonna like kiss someone's hand, and like takes your hand, just like looks at your hand, as if like he's like kind of fascinated by it.
Does he like seem like he longs for my kind of hand? If
Give me an insight
that
check.
makes sense.
What?
Yeah, I'm really wanting the insight, but I couldn't have like a
He wants your hand in marriage.
like. Does he want to be human? That's what I really want to know. Because he's not.
With both of these creatures, they
Like a
there
longing
is
look.
definitely like not just like the physicality that is quite obviously not right with them, but they also have some sort of madness. You're unsure what they are, but there's something about like the way like their body language and like particularly Siegfried, like they're just like just like keeping an eye out and watching each of you. This one seems maybe a little more simple.
Simple or maddened?
Like the like diminished like mental
If an
capacity,
gives
but
me
like
that.
they're like both of these individuals are both physically and like mentally altered.
Okay. I'll get back with the group.
You like have to like pull away from his grasp and just like keep staring at you.
I'll give him a couple of seconds to look as I catch up. But Elric will go into a slight jog and catch up. Jesus Christ, 9. You're on this movement.
I'm staying with the person.
I know. I gotta
Yeah.
move 2
I'm
characters.
gonna put these.
Oh, that sucks for you.
You can highlight them both and move them at the same time.
I can, but not. I can on Elric's tab, but not Yazin's tab.
As you all move, let's see. There are a couple things I need to describe. So down here, there's stunted pine trees that grow out of the rocky earth in the graveyard near the foundation of the Abbey's north wing. The windows of the structure are cracked panes of leaded glass. Ancient gravestones burst from the thin crust of snow in the yard. Beyond the low wall surrounds the graveyard. The ground falls away. The village lies about 400 feet below, and the view is breathtaking. As you all move further over here, a 15-foot high curtain wall joins the Abbey's 2 wings. Behind its battlements, 2 guards stand at attention, their features obscured by fog. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot high wooden doors reinforced with bands of steel. To the right of these doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plaque. And as you're walking, Siegfried says, "I make no promises that the abbot will talk to you." As you get closer, the plaque reads Abbey of St. Markovia, and then below it says, "May her light cure all illnesses."
May her light cure all illnesses. On a copper sign, you said?
Yeah, like a tarnished plaque. It's like mounted over here.
And it was may the abbot heal all what? I'm sorry.
So it's the Abbey of St. Markovia. May her light
Yes,
cure all illnesses.
May her light. May her light. May her... Do I know anything about Markovia? Not the saint. Like, does the name ring a bell? Like,
No.
Is it a god? Is it... There's nothing?
No.
Okay. Good to know. I guess since we reached the door, unless you're doing something, go ahead.
Siegfried just like steps forward and just like pushes the door open. It moves slow. It seems like it's heavy. Oh, I just locked it. Open.
I'll expand a hand out to Zephyr. And if they take it or not, I'll say thank you. And I'm sorry. And then just walk into.
Thick fog that fills his courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is filled with a 15-foot high curtain wall, or surrounded by a 15-foot high curtain wall, on which stand several guards with their backs to you. Or so it seems at first. The more you look, it becomes clear that these guards are merely scarecrows on top of the wall. The wooden door to both the technically this direction over here is north. So the door over here and the door over here lead to the two different wings of the abbey.
What's the first door?
Well, you can see it's down here, and there's the other one over
Yeah,
here.
but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doors in that corner. I got the second one. I just know that I didn't see the specific door.
In the center of the courtyard is a stone well that's fitted with an iron winch, to which a rope and a bucket is attached. Along the perimeter, tucked underneath an overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, and as well as 3 shallow alcoves containing wooden troughs. 2 wooden posts are pounded into the rocky earth, have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. The quiet is then shattered by a horrible scream that comes from one of the sheds, and then is joined by a chorus of others. You see another kind of twisted humanoid chained to one of these posts over here, just hunched in like the stringy dark hair hides much of her face, but you can see that her arms have been completely replaced by like human-sized bat wings as she stays hunched and doesn't even look up.
And that was this one?
Yeah.
I'll I'll start stepping forward into this place.
Siegfried says, "This way, sir." And just like keeps
Guess
walking
I'll-
over here.
Yeah, I guess I'll turn head.
Steps up to the door, knocks on it really loud, and then goes ahead and there we go, and opens it. Inside here, gentle sounding music trickles down from above, played by a single stringed instrument by some unseen master. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room that has arched leaded glass windows. A cauldron sits on a iron rack above a fire in the hearth, above which the fireplace mantle hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun. One corner is a wooden staircase that climbs to the upper level, while in another corner a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table stretched nearly the length of the room, Wooden dishware and golden candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman with alabaster skin dressed in a torn and soiled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled as to not touch her soft shoulders. She seems lost in her thoughts. You also see a handsome young man in a brown monk's robe gently takes a woman by the hand. A painted wooden holy symbol depicts the sun hanging from a chain around his neck. And he moves with the grace of a saint. And it seems like the monk is slowly dancing with this woman in the red gown, and as the door opens, stops and just looks over in your direction through the open door.
I will make my way inside. A good bit until about here, and then I'll stop.
Here's Otto.
God damn, he looks fucking ugly.
Yeah.
He
Nice.
looks ripped though.
And that guy was manhandling
Here's
your fingers.
Siegfried.
Ezekiel.
And Siegfried was a woman, correct?
A masculine woman.
Oh, shit.
When I reach my place and wait for the others, since they stopped their dance, I will give a partial bow and say, I'm sorry to interrupt the moment, but Sir Abbot, I believe that we should speak. If we must wait, so be it. Continue with your times. And then I'll whisper to Nine. People who think they're royals.
6?
I can only go so deep in my voice. My sixth voice might shine every once in a while, but I can only talk in such a deep voice. My throat only does so many octave changes.
As you all come in, the abbot nods at Siegfried and says, "Thank you."
I also nod at Siegfried, whatever.
Siegfried.
Siegfried.
They close the door and presumably head off back to their post. And it says, "Indeed, Elric, I believe there is much to discuss. You and your friends may have a seat. Please. Come."
Continue on it with your dance if you must. And Elric will start walking towards the seat.
Wrong. Wrong.
I believe there is plenty of time for practice.
I think I'll stand. I'll stand behind a chair.
Isaac will stand next to you.
So you seem to know my name. What else might you know of me? Just curiosity scrambling the tips of my brain.
I know that you're a follower, beginning to doubt his path.
Beginning to doubt is probably the worst way to put it. It's more of beginning to see, or maybe even believe.
You have come here seeking answers, hoping that I may provide them.
And not just I.
Then speak.
How blatant or to some rude can I be? You seem to hold power, so I've learned to watch my tongue around those of, and he will actually air quotes while saying it, power.
Elric, you may speak your mind. You're in no danger here.
I'll look at the rest of the group, including Irina and Isaac, and try to get a general vibe of each of them.
Irina is so unsettled and nervous.
Yeah.
Like, basically from the moment the misshapen people were leading you around, like it's pretty clear that like she thinks that like maybe accompanying you guys on this adventure was a massive mistake.
Well, I gave them
Well.
two options: fucking stay or don't.
Um,
What about 9? If I need to make an inside check or something, I can.
Uh,
I want to know
9?
your surface level thoughts.
If you look at 9, basically what all he's doing is like basically eyes closed, arms crossed, staring at the floor, like he's contemplating.
I don't know how you stare with your eyes closed, but go for it, bud.
Like, well, it's like, like
I know.
my head
that
down
was,
towards
that
the
was
floor.
Noah. Noah peeked out. I'm sorry. No, I got what you were saying. That was Noah peeked out. What about Isaac?
He's currently out of his depth. He is staying there looking tough next to 9, and that's about all he knows how to do. So that's exactly what he is doing.
Does he feel like? Does he look like he feels unsettled, or like he's putting up a front?
Give me an insight check.
Because none of us really know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
20, 30.
I mean, he is right along with you. He has no idea like what is happening, what the abbot's deal is. Yeah. Like what is really up with this place. But like he knows that like at like the end of the day he's going to protect 9, and that's all he really cares about.
Yeah.
So that is like what he's doing. He's making his intent to do that very clear.
Yeah. And then last up is Yazin. What does Yazin feel?
Yazin.
I don't.
I'm just gonna move the
Yazin's
abbot down
just
here.
kind of like,
Oh, that's the abbot?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the abbot. I keep thinking that he has like 4 arms, but he probably doesn't.
Nah, he looks like a fucking biblical angel bullshit.
Head. So it
Yazin's
is.
probably like, if someone doesn't say something, I'm probably going to start speaking soon. And the moment that like you just kind of like glance or look at him, he's just like, uh, I'm
Is it dumb speak or intelligent? Can I find that
for
out?
what?
I think you'd have to wait
I
until
did roll
Yazin
it.
starts to talk.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to roll on
From
that 20 for some reason.
from
Okay.
listening to the Abbot speak, does he seem out of his mind at all?
Give me an insight check.
Can I guidance that?
I
Actually,
mean,
no.
if you
There's
want to
no way
cast
I
the
could.
spell
I
right
don't know
now,
they're doing it.
true.
No, no,
And
no.
also-
Even then, like, no. We're good. Let's go. Dirty 20.
Hog.
Just changing their sheet to whisper, because for whatever reason they don't.
Insight.
That's basically what I'm actively doing. To see just arms crossed, just kind of listening for like irregularities coming from his voice that may sound off.
No, it's almost off-putting how, like, consistent and, like, perfect his speech is.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Well, the crazy don't think they're crazy, so
Yeah, that's true. Just like the, oh my god, just like the lady in the last town. I completely forgot her name. The Watcher? Washahar? Water?
Lady Walker.
Yeah, Lady walked in.
I mean, kind of
water.
close.
Close enough.
Yeah, the burger master and water.
What were you determining, Jordan?
If
he
the
seems out
abbot
his
was out of mind. No, he's.
Okay.
There is nothing that gives you that sense, but the thing that really sticks out to you is just like how consistent and perfect his speech is. And like you're looking at him, and it seems like he's just like reading every part of you, and it is quite unsettling.
The assistant. Sorry to interrupt. The assistant or the red dressed woman. Do they look fully human or partial human like the other two we saw?
Just give me a perception check.
And same for the abbot. Since I'm rolling a perception, might as well. If I could read. 15.
Yeah, they're both human.
Fully human, as far as I can tell.
With 15.
There you go.
I mean, compared to like the people who led you in here, they're ooh, yeah, they're human.
Is there, with that perception check, is there a holy symbol on them?
Oh, the abbot clearly has a holy symbol of the Morning Lord, on a chain, and the large like, I think I said it was gold. Yeah, a golden disc engraved with the Morning Lord's symbol above the mantelpiece.
Well, you seem to know who I am and generally what's going on. So can you tell me my next plan of action? if you need to know that as a DM, I will tell you.
What's your next plan of action?
It's essentially get to Curse Estrad's castle and kill him.
Curse the Strats.
Yeah. Get to Estrad's castle and kill them. Because my goal is basically seeming to be delayed.
His response, like, to everyone else seems like it makes you feel like you missed something in the conversation. Because the abbot just says, many have tried and many have failed.
I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket that holds the holy symbol, and I just want to touch it, and in a momentary, like maybe 2 seconds, a prayer say, "Now's your time," in my head towards the Morning Lord. And keep my hand there, and I'll say, "Well, is there a name I should address you by? You know mine. I can tell you the others, or they can tell themselves, but
He just kind of raises a hand and says, simply the abbot will do.
the abbot." I want to keep like a half focus on my holy symbol, if that makes sense. We're looking for information, multiple different kinds, because we all came together with separate goals and happened to find each other and find that strength in numbers seems to do well. So you might get barraged with a random question, but if you could do us the favor. We're strangers here.
You all may speak your minds. If I can answer, I will.
Here, speaker
You
of
have a
minds, you creep me the
library?
fuck out.
What of your followers? Or the people who believe in you or the Morning Lord? The half animal, almost, ones, if I can be blunt.
The mongrel folk are residents here. They are under my care. I would not consider them followers of either me nor the Morning Lord.
Your care or under your control?
Is that character or Jordan?
That's a character.
Okay.
Under my care. If they were not here, where would they go?
I have
Do
a
you
lot of
mind?
opinions on that.
Same. So many.
I've been in that situation.
I said, do you mind, but can I read something first before I comply to what I was going to say?
Sure. The woman in the room is still just standing there, just like staring off at nothing, just seemingly in deep thought. He hasn't really moved or said anything.
Okay. I'll say, continuing the thought. Do you mind if I cast a simple spell? It's one that shows truth. And if you choose to lie, at least when the spell starts, I will know whether or not you can or cannot.
Be my guest.
We are in hard times. I cast Honor Truth immediately.
Okay.
It's a everyone make a charisma save.
And I know if you fail or not.
We can choose to fail, right?
I think so.
I believe so. It doesn't state in the spell.
Because if we fail,
If you succeed, you can thus avoid answering questions,
I think I succeeded.
which would be normally a lie,
Jesus
If you're
and you
you
can be
you, you
evasive
know
in your
if you're
answers.
affected, so you can choose to just like not speak.
You don't have to tell the whole truth,
Yeah.
or just not speak.
yeah.
Um,
I was just.
and
asking
Elric
if I
will
could
know
choose to fail.
who.
Fails.
Yeah,
succeed.
who
I'll
succeeds
choose
and
to
fails.
fail.
I won't know if you're
Everyone roll.
truly lying. Yeah, I won't know if you're truly lying. But if you are lying, I'll know that you succeeded.
You just literally can't
+7,
speak a
so-
deliberate lie while under the effect of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I failed anyways.
Need to roll for Irina.
Spell slot.
Charisma failed.
DC is 14.
You will never know my
Duration is
intentions.
10
ever.
minutes. I thought.
I mean, yeah, of all the people to nat 20, you were the last
pretty good.
person I was going to ask a question to, but it's so funny.
Isaac succeed.
Pog.
So the abbot succeeded. 9 obviously succeeded. Yazin's a fail. Irene's a fail. Isaac's a success. And I suppose I need to roll for
Yes, sir.
the.
Can you choose to fail this? It doesn't say it in the spell, but
I'm pretty sure you can.
That's how a lot of other people roll it, but I.
yeah, no, do your thing, man.
What kind of effect is this?
I don't know, actually.
Enchantment.
That's just the spell type.
You don't really have to worry about 9 lying because he's very bluntly honest.
Nine
anyways.
is nine is literally the least of Elric's concerns right now.
At least when it comes to lying, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I get you.
She
bro. I
also
do.
succeeded.
God damn.
The only ones who failed are Irina
Ha-
and Yazin. And go and roll for yourself.
oh yeah, I have to. Yeah, it's not a.
If you
I
send
don't
it
wanna
on
hurt you.
yourself,
Shit, I'm
Right?
lying.
if you send it on yourself, then
God
Yep.
damn.
Yeah,
You're
I can only
affected by
tell
it.
the truth. Yeah, I can only tell the truth.
Ooh, I could have used that.
as you're aware, I am not affected. Many such spells have little effect on me.
Well, given the circumstances, I think you can understand my precaution.
Certainly.
And even you, who seems to see things or know things untold, even I'm affected by it. And he'll raise his voice just a little bit. That does not mean we must say things, though.
I am well aware of how Zone of Truth works.
But they may not.
Use this so bad.
It's a 15-foot radius.
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it lasts a while. It's good for politics if you have a good spell save DC.
Could have used Zone of Truth in Balaki.
I didn't have it.
I know.
Well, then I'll get to the point. Killing Strahd's the answer to everything. Or so it seems. You hold power within the city, though some of it is feared. The ignorant fear the unknown.
I care little for what the townsfolk below truly think of me. I have a larger purpose here in Barovia.
Then do you have any information as to how to kill Strahd? Or any information on that subject? Do you want him dead?
I believe that killing the vampire is a fool's errand. I've seen a few like yourselves attempt and fail.
Is that from your own shortcomings?
I have no intent on killing Strahd. He seeks one thing, and that's a bride. I intend to give him one, as he motions to the woman who's just been standing behind him the entire time. And
Oh, that was about to change literally everything.
and the more you look at this person here, the more you realize it like resembles Irina.
She can't be here.
And when Irina realizes, like, her eyes just like go wide and she's just staring at this person.
I will
There's
take Irina's
still much work to be done. Visoka unfortunately is missing some of the finer points to be a suitable companion.
Like right here.
So you aim for a semi-diplomatic position. For yourself or the people, fine.
Violence has never worked.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
I know Zone of Truth is around, but
You did succeed.
yeah, but that's different. 24.
I mean, yeah, he's
I have a +6 to it.
there's nothing about his demeanor that indicates that like he doesn't believe what he's saying.
Okay. What if it fails?
I have no reason to believe that it will. I do require one more thing to make her perfect. It is a dress,
You know what?
or she cannot be a bride unless she has a dress.
address, well, any inkling of where it might be?
I have heard rumor that there is one in Balaki.
Fuck.
Maybe there's a different area we can try, since that area has recently burnt down.
That is quite unfortunate.
The area gained rulership by Strahd through a cult-ish group of people.
Then he grows impatient. Right, kind of looks over his shoulder at Visoka and says, "We may have to move forward regardless."
What if you share with us information on Strahd and what Nine here wants? And we look at retrieving that dress. We've traveled these lands, though for a short bit, fairly successfully.
His gaze just like shifts over to 9. And what is it?
Do I have any feeling from my holy symbol? I've been holding it this whole time. Any other feeling?
Strangely, no. Like, of all the places you would probably expect to feel something, you don't feel anything here. He looks over to 9 and says, "What is it that you require?"
I'm just curious on your knowledge on demonic symbols.
He slowly stands up and starts to move around the table. My knowledge is extensive on many things. If you need things deciphered, I'm sure I can read them.
I'll take the bandages off.
Okay, and he'll step up to you. And we will go ahead and take a little bit of a break.
Break time, break time.
I don't like how close he's getting to me.
Gotta be able to see him.
Fuck. Imagine if Zone of Truth actually worked on everybody. I could literally hold all of you hostage.
They could just leave the
The thing
area.
is, I was so I can
You
hold
know
you
about
hostage
this.
right now because
I
it's
don't
working
know.
on you.
15
Yeah,
minutes.
I have not told a
So I'd
lie.
be back at 45. Okay. So 9. You start taking off your bandages and stuff. The maroons are just faintly glowing as they normally do. The abbot just steps up to you and is just like looking at all the runes, doesn't even like, almost as if he's like observing like a artifact or something, and like trying to like figure out what it's about, and not, he's not like looking at you like a person who has runes carved into him.
I'm not an object.
I mean, that's exactly how he's looking at you. Is that
I know.
you are an object to be studied. And he just starts to reach out to touch one of them. And he traces the rune with his finger and then looks to another one and another one. And then he just like drops his hand and he says, "These are rudimentary. Whoever carved these had an idea of what they were doing. But there is much to improve upon." And he turns and starts heading to the other side of the table.
Well, that doesn't really answer my question.
Those runes are, well, the intent anyway, is to draw out latent magic power. Judging by how you hold yourself, I presume they worked.
Yes and no. They don't always go off as intended.
Thus, rudimentary.
Great.
Is there a way to remove these or fix this?
What is there to be fixed?
As you said, rudimentary.
Removing the runes would do nothing for you. The power you have was within you all along. These were simply a channel, pathway. Judging by the shape and the pseudo-confidence they were made with, I presume they were not the first the creator attempted.
Not by a long shot.
Is red dress doing anything?
No, she's just still deep in thought.
Like a fucking living doll.
Can I ascertain the differences between red dress whose name I literally just can't.
He
didn't
mentioned
write
it
it down,
once.
so
It
I
was
can't remember.
Vasilka.
Visilka. Vil Silk A. Are there any like notable differences between Vasilka and Irina?
Vasilka looks like a human-sized porcelain doll version.
Okay. Mr. Abbott, could you do me a simple favor?
What's that?
Could you show your symbol? And Elric will take his symbol out and place it on the table. His crude wooden craft of a symbol.
Let's see. Um, he takes his off and puts it on the table next to yours, and his is
I
a
want to touch them together after this description.
his is also made of wood. It's painted. It's more finely crafted than yours is.
For sure, mine was whittling in the woods. I want to touch them together and see if there's some sort of reaction. Science,
You reach out
bitch.
and bring them together, and nothing seems to happen.
I'll just keep them touching and leave them there. And just continue on and say, so you're looking for a gown in Valaki. Do you know maybe perhaps who last held it?
If what I hear is correct, I believe the lady of the burgomaster still owns one.
Can you describe it?
It's a fine wedding gown.
Of what color?
I believe it's white.
I hate to be a stickler, as we are your guests. But you leave such a bland description. Most wedding dresses are white or tan or of cotton color. If there's someone of importance, such as this lady, who I've seen before, it'd be no issue to get many of the same looking objects.
The one in Valaki, I believe, would fit Vasilka perfectly, with minimal alterations. Surely you, Elric, know what a wedding dress looks like.
Elric? Oh man.
Deep cut.
You don't remember your own fucking wedding?
God.
Shut the fuck up.
I remember mine's.
All right, bitch.
I
Like,
remember
the fuck?
mine.
Y'all are just assuming things. You know what the saying is?
What?
No.
Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Mainly you.
Yeah, but you did have a wife, though.
I did, and a child.
Uh-huh.
Elric will clench his fist and slam it down, but before it hits, slow his approach. So it's just like a soft thud. And look at the abbot in the eyes with a very angry expression and say, "You might speak how you want, because we're in your house, but realize who you speak to. Because I am but a man. So I have my flaws." And then he'll loosen his grip and sit back into his chair. TLDR, hold your fucking tongue.
His face hasn't changed demeanor or like he doesn't look like he's like
Threatened or anything.
not threatened. It also seems like he wasn't like saying that to like get a rise out of you or like
Yeah, and
there was
he wasn't meaning to step on a landmine.
but give me an insight check.
$19.
The longer you talk to him, like you get the sense that he knows exactly what he is doing. And he like knows what he wants and like and what he thinks is right, and like you get the sense that he knew what was gonna happen when he said what he said. But his like there's no like evil smirk or like
Yeah.
like there's no reaction to your reaction to what he said. He still has this like
There's no
this kind, gentle demeanor that he's been carrying. This calm, pleasant.
there's no necessarily ill intent in the words he said.
There certainly seemed like ill intent, but look at him, like his body language does not present that, which is very much at odds with what his words just were to you.
Yeah.
So he is a confusing and like calculated individual.
Okay. One last question from me. Still very angry face. Demeanor is calm, but like facially he's angry.
Mhm.
You seem to know a lot more than you should. Or at least about these circumstances. On my own circumstances, what of this one? And we'll just flat out point to Yasin. There's no question about it. It's to Yasin. He'll even look if that's what needs to clarify.
I'm sweating.
You're a cursed individual.
First, in what way?
Not to the extent that the master of this land is. But cursed nonetheless.
I removed a curse from them. Not but this morning.
A disease. What holds you now is much stronger.
Can you tell me up front what it is? Is there a cure? Can I do something about it? In this land and whenever we get out, if we ever get out.
Give me a second.
1.
Hit you with a bunch of RP questions.
You may find answers in the Amber Vault. High on Mount Gacchus.
And the answer is
fuck is that?
uh,
Oh my god! Sorry, everything fell.
answer.
Everything, I mean my phone. Where is that place? Is it here, near? Is it far?
Wherever you are.
Sorry, not the Amber Vault. The Amber Temple.
Temple.
Okay.
Amber
At the
Temple.
mount of
At Mount Gacchus.
Gacchus.
Sound like-
I'll spell it wrong again.
Let's spell it for you here in a second.
Oh,
It sounds like
just
a
leave me
Dr.
to my
Seuss thing.
devices. Gacchus.
To top of Mount Trumpet to dump it.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them semi-am. I do not like them here and there. I do not like them anywhere.
I like that show. It's a nice show.
It's a book.
Book.
It's also a show.
Mount
It's-
Gacchus.
An episode.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no. Not how
No,
it's
green
spelled
eggs
it.
and ham is a show.
Mount Gacchus is
I
the peak to
spelled-
the south.
Peak to the south.
Great, thanks for the vaguely useful information.
Be warned. If you go there now, you will die.
We'll go later then.
I want to grab his holy symbol.
Instead of yours.
Yeah, instead of mine. I want to grab it and bring it close. And I want to stare him down and... Oh, wrong page. Shit. Now I'm reading the wrong shit. Roll 20. Where the fuck is it? I want to grasp it and grasp it firmly. Squidward. Stop on your left foot, don't forget it. I want to grasp it and see if I can channel divinity through it.
Which channel of are you doing?
Just... Oh, well, that's not what I thought it was. I want to use my regular... No. Yeah, okay. Regular channel divinity.
Turn
And
undead?
grasp... No. Did I hit turn undead?
Because that's one of them. The other one is your domain. Which I believe is kind of like a flashbang.
It's like a flashbang, but I
If
can
you
choose
if you
the
click that
effect I
one, we can read what it
create.
says. so I can actually describe it as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the flashbang one is just for combat. So,
Flashbang.
turn undead.
Yeah, you hold the holy symbol and
Surging my power through his holy symbol.
the holy symbol glows and becomes like the sun. If there were any undead, Graves does not count. They would either be frightened of you or, at this level, destroyed by you. The holy symbol seems to work.
I'll stand up, put his holy symbol back down, grab my own, look him in the eye and say, "We may be followers of the same God. Maybe our goals align, maybe they don't. I cannot follow your path, especially if you choose to do the things to the ones outside to more. But that's for later question. We'll find that damn dress. Or at least I will."
The string music that was playing stops, and you hear a kind of an uneven steps above you as like the floor / roof above you creaks, and then you hear let's see if I can find the description of this guy. Do 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 do. Yeah, you hear the sound of hooves coming down the
You-
stairs.
Repeat that. So what's coming down the flight of stairs?
The sound of
You hear the
hooves.
sound of hooves. Bipedal.
Where's it coming from? Can I ascertain that with a passive of 16?
Oh yeah, all of you can pretty much hear this. It's coming from over here. The set of stairs.
Okay, I thought you pinged it.
I'm gonna turn around.
There's
and see
another set of
what's coming
stairs here that go
the
down.
stairs.
These set of stairs go up.
I'm just staring him down. Hearing the bipedal horse steps.
Cedar. Pop, pop.
And coming around the corner is this horrible little guy.
This horrible little guy.
Good.
Ew.
him.
Kill it.
There you go.
God,
Ew.
kill it.
He is visibly drunk.
Visibly disgusting.
He stands about 4'7". And quote has a barrel-like shape. His right head is fully formed and combines features of a patchy-haired man with those of a goat, complete with 2 stubby little horns. His left head is about half the normal size and has a soft, like, cherubic base, partially covered with crocodilian hide. He has a crab pincer in the place of his left hand, and a bear claw where his right foot should be. And then, I guess he doesn't have goat hooves. Regardless, he was quite loud coming down the stairs, and it was uneven. He wears an ill-fitting monk's robe, with a belt made of hempen rope tied around his waist.
Rahab.
The like little baby head hanging like protruding out of his neck is like lulled to the side and is asleep. And he looks at you all with you know the rectangular pupils. And then he says, "Sorry to interrupt. Abbott, may I speak with you privately?" And the abbot looks at the rest of you. "If you all will excuse me just for a moment." And he will stand up and walk over to this horrible little man. And they
I
will...
walk to them as well.
Okay, you're following?
Not following, but walking to the disfigured person.
Mhm.
And I'll put up my hand, right hand, and I'll say, "The name's Elric."
Oh, Cloven. It's
That's the name for
pleasure.
this disgusting person. Makes sense.
If you'll
The
excuse
pleasure
us,
is mine.
sir.
I'm sorry. And Elric will start to leave the room
These
from the way we
two,
entered.
these two will head upstairs. You all are left in this room with Vasilka, who is just standing there, just seemingly deep in thought.
Have they moved at all?
No,
Have they
they,
blinked?
they've just been staying in the same place. Yeah, they've blinked.
Okay.
Are they sentient? Like, goddamn.
Okay, so
Elric will make his way outside.
what I'm going to do is going to make my way loop
Downtown.
Loopy loop and pull. And your shoes are looking cool.
Okay. Let me see if I have it, if I have it, if I have it, if I have it.
Did
Can
you
I
have it?
see? No, I don't have it. I'm Is she responsive at all? Like if I wave in front of her, like or try to talk to her, like hello, are you doing okay? Like is she responsive at all?
I poked her with a dagger. Would she move?
No.
It's like it's like she doesn't hear you. Give me a investigation check now that you're really up close to her. Yeah, that's good enough. Come with me just for a second.
Don't.
Don't?
Don't pull her. Pull me, and I'll give the headset to her.
Okay, sounds good.
Makes it so much.
Hello.
Got me when you're done.
We're in Gaby jail.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Noah can't hear this.
Mm-mm.
Noah's gay. Okay, cool. You being up close to her and like really looking at her, you can see on like parts of her skin there's like a nearly invisible seam where like the skin just ever faintly doesn't match up. And then You like look at her hand, and then there's several seams, many around like the fingers and the wrist,
Mhm.
and they kind of intersect. And then you come to the realization, kind of a horrifying realization, is that Vasilka is not human. She's a flesh golem.
Ew.
And she is
Ew.
made of parts of human. Where those parts came from,
Okay.
you can only guess. But she is exquisitely crafted. And if you weren't right next to her, you'd have no idea. And you didn't until you came up right next to her. Let's go back.
All right. All right.
Pat me on the shoulder. No, I had my ears clogged. I had fingers in my ears.
I don't know if I'm in chat or not. So
Yes.
in a moment.
Well, anything else you
I
guys
am-
would like to do?
I am muted. Okay,
Elric's making his way outside, just out of the general building.
You can move your token and open the door. You have the ability.
wrong.
I forgot which door it was.
That one, because that's the door. These are windows.
Door.
There's only one way to go.
Door. Open.
But you probably wouldn't
I
make it
will-
that far in that amount of time. You'll be out
Yeah,
there.
I know. That's what I was aiming for.
I'm gonna scooch past her and like kind of grab Irina's hand and just be like, "Okay, we're leaving. Bye bye.
Why?
This place is freaking me out a lot more than it should." How the fuck do you open that?
If you
Um,
need to know
as-
Elric's disposition, it's like anger.
As you all start to leave, you see coming back down the stairs in, like, almost silently. Like, he moves with incredible grace. It says, "You all are leaving so soon. Very well. If you retrieve this wedding dress for me, I will grant you 3 ways back from the dead."
Sure. But
Doesn't
we-
result in looking like any of these people, does it?
No. You will return as you are.
we will definitely take you up on that. But because we are burning what daylight is able to reach here, we really must be going.
Yazin 9, since Elric's already outside. Go and give me a perception check.
I don't like you.
Can I give one to hear it?
No,
Like
you're outside. You, there
conversation?
is. It is
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
it is
no,
not for that.
That's fine.
It is not for
Fair.
that.
Fair enough. I definitely shut the doors behind me. Fair enough.
He doesn't. Hey, look at that. He doesn't like that. I can already tell. And I have a 7%.
I should have used my my thing that
Do
gives
it.
me advantage. Or
Do it.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember which one it was. When you roll it, that's a damage one. Ben Luck. That's what it is.
Ben, look. Hell yeah.
Whenever a creature.
You.
No, that's not Ben Luck.
It's Tides of Chaos, I believe. But
Yep.
it is hard not to notice a coin hitting you in the face. 9. As you can
What hits me in the
see,
face?
a coin. As you can see up the stairs, the face of someone you didn't expect. You see Esmeralda poking down and like motioning you up, like, come here. And then she, as soon as she's there, she disappears back up the stairs.
I will head up the stairs.
I suppose we'll stay a little bit longer until he's done. I'm gonna awkwardly try to motion Elric and Graves back. At least, like, standing outside the door.
Where am I?
Give me a second.
Downstairs.
Upstairs.
Actually, I went upstairs.
Oh, upstairs.
Is there downstairs? So.
Yes. There's one of each.
Puerco.
Yeah, let me know.
So
No.
I'm gonna stick you highlighting everything and not dragging your token out. Giant 9.
Giant 9! Mega 9.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh. Hey. Oh, there I am.
You have a +0.
I still rolled a 19.
I know, that's good.
Cool. Yeah. Esmeralda like quickly and quietly moves up the stairs. And as you enter this room, I'll describe it to you. The wooden stairs climb about 20 feet to a loft with a pitched roof and a door in the center of the south wall. Unlit lanterns hang from the rafters. A rope dangles from a bronze bell lodged in the belfry about 30 feet overhead. The room is filled with the sound of beautiful music. Melody so enchanting, it adds a bit of much needed warmth to otherwise freezing room. A black shroud covers a humanoid shape lying on a wooden table. The music doesn't stir it. A cot heaped with furs rests in the northeast corner, surrounded by empty wine bottles. An oil lamp burns atop a table nearby, silhouetting a squat creature with 2 heads. It sits on the edge of the cot with a viol between its legs. With a crustacean claw-like appendage, it grasps the neck of the instrument while running a bow gently across its strings with its human hand. You can see Cloven in the corner has not noticed you two, as Esmeralda very quickly moves around the corner and slips out that eastern, more like south door.
I'll do the same, just...
I wasn't really expecting you all to come up here.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
What was your plan? You have any idea? Do you know who, like pointing down, do you know who that is?
Particularly.
He plans on making a bride, in like big quotation marks, for Strahd. Of course that's not gonna work. It's a fucking flesh golem.
Is that why she was very motionless?
She just like makes a face like, duh. I bet you also didn't know that Strahd frequents here.
That is news.
And you know who you also brought here?
Yes, I know who else we've also put here. Which means we should not stay here.
Yeah. We're lucky that Strahd's not here now. I've been here for the last about full day. It's gonna be a lot harder for me to get out, especially in the middle of the day. But I don't think I need to say that, but Irina is not safe here.
Where are we gonna go? This was kind of our backup.
Well, I thought might have been a good idea until I figured out that, well, there's a link to some teleportation here, which I assume Strahd can use. So,
I'm guessing it probably leads to his castle.
your guess is a good mine. That's probably a pretty good one. I don't know what's up with the abbot. He's very strange. And also,
I knew it! Come on.
I mean, really, what did you expect? He's making a flesh golem for a wife for Strahd. Like, there's only so sane a person can be when they're doing that.
Well, I mean, looking around at all the weird people creatures around.
Yeah, the Mongol folk. Where do you think he got the body parts for whatever the fuck her name is?
Oh, I assume they did.
I was not hoping to leave this soon because, well, Strahd come here often, and he wouldn't expect me here. But I need to make sure that Irina gets out of here safely, so there goes that plan. Come with me. And she, like, drags a bag over here, like, ties a loop around one of the, like, stone castlings, whatever the fuck you call those things. You know what I'm talking about, the little uppy bits for the wall.
Yeah, the uppy
Uppies,
bits.
uppies.
Gotcha.
Uppies.
Also, you can see like the scarecrow soldier guards along this wall.
I wonder what the fuck those were.
She ties a rope around the side, tosses the rope down. Elric, outside, you see just like this explosion of curly hair up on the wall, and you're like, what the fuck is Esmeralda doing here? And you see that she like tosses the rope down, and she hops on that soul wall and starts descending.
Is there a check to go down this rope?
Can I check to see who's behind me?
Just give me a strength check because I think it'll be funny. Or athletics, in case you have a bonus for that.
Its strength is much better.
No, not you,
Unless you're
Elric.
talking.
You're talking.
Oh,
You're
okay,
not.
okay.
You're not doing anything that is
Oh.
strength related.
So let's see if I do. No, it's the same.
Okay, just roll whatever you want.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
you need like
Okay.
higher
Let's
than
go.
like an 8. Yeah, you're easily able to descend the rope.
And we're all seeing this, right?
No,
No.
If you're inside, then you are not. But
we are outside. We don't see any of this.
Well, I'm outside though.
Yeah.
You're outside.
Yeah. we don't see
so
this.
9, you descend about here.
Just waiting for everyone. I'm holding.
Esmeralda's here now. And Esmeralda just goes, like, Big Eyes like, don't be dumb, and like puts a finger up to her mouth, and like motions like, let's get the fuck out. Isaac will be confused as to where 9 went, but will continue out, and
Yeah.
Esmeralda.
Stealth mission, stealth mission. For clarification, the people who are outside, we do see them. Like,
Oh yeah, like, there's no cover.
okay,
Like you saw Esmeralda drop her rope and come down, and she was like, don't be dumb, be quiet, let's go.
okay. I'm still holding Irina's hand. I want to make very sure of that. And it's like, okay, come on, let's go. And just kind of awkwardly, like, come on, let's scooch, let's leave. We gotta go to Valaki.
And I follow mine.
Yasin, you see like the first like change of really expression in like the abbot's face. You see him like just ever so slightly like furrow his brow as you all exit.
Can I explicitly aim to follow 9?
Just head out the gate.
Oh, no, come on, I can do it. There we go. I did it. Oh, no, get off me.
Unhand me, woman.
It was you.
Oh.
Everyone give me stealth checks except for 9. Yours will stay.
Hey.
Can I guidance everyone?
You get to choose one person because it is concentration.
Yasin.
Okay. You don't have faith in me?
No,
No.
not at all.
Honestly?
Yes. Honestly.
No, honestly, you should.
I'm
let's
at
see.
such ends.
Esmeralda
said
have something
stealth.
for this.
13. So an 8.
Should have gotten yourself.
She.
A 9.
She
Plus
just.
a D4.
Irina reaches, or not Irina, Esmeralda reaches over and touches Irina, and Irina disappears. And like you see, like Esmeralda just like holding something in her hand that you can't see. Duck beneath
Is
the
Irina
windows.
first in line?
She's presumably next to Esmeralda as they move past the windows.
I'm sorry. Would you say for Esmeralda?
She touched Irina, and Irina disappeared. Let's see.
Can I imitate whatever Irina did?
What? Irina was just standing there, and she just disappeared when Esmeralda touched her.
I think it's safe to assume that Esmeralda casted invisibility on Irina.
That's a very safe thing to say for a caster.
That's exactly what happened.
Well,
Come on, come on,
I
come
don't
on,
know
come on,
that.
come on.
Leaving very stealthily.
And
Get out of me!
I can only move 2 characters at once, man.
Esmeralda she like lifts the gate and like moves it, and it doesn't squeak at all as she slowly opens it. She'll move through.
Following lead.
Once you all are out, she says, "You have no idea how fucking lucky you all are.
We need to leave the city. Now.
Arena, this only lasts for a minute, so it's the best I could do. We have things to talk about." And that is where we're gonna end today's session.
Word for fucking word.